From the National Weather Service in Raleigh, Nick Petro with your winter weather update here on this 8th of December 2025. This is a 7:30 a.m. update and just a quick overview of some slides here. Again, we still have the winter weather advisory that'll be in effect until tomorrow morning. Our forecasters are looking at this, seeing if we need to expand it or do anything with in terms of both how the snow seems to be evolving in the models and perhaps the black ice concerns tomorrow morning. But basically, the big picture forecast is still the same. We're expecting anywhere from 2 inches near the Virginia border down to about a half inch across the Triad and Triangle. Once you get south of the Triad and Triangle, south of the advisory area, we're not expecting much in the way of accumulation. Seems to be like it's mainly confined to up closer to Virginia and the central northern I-95 corridor. We are concerned about some potential for any wet roads tonight to ice, giving us a black ice potential as temperatures plummet through the 20s toward the teens. Okay, so that's the big picture again. Even if you don't end up with a lot of snow in the southern end of the advisory area, um, there could be some black ice concerns. That's why we have the advisory going through tomorrow morning. Today for the light snow and through tomorrow morning for the black ice potential tomorrow morning. Even outside of the advisory area, further south, um, if there's any puddles of water that haven't dried up before sunset, they could ice. Okay. Now it will be somewhat breezy, maybe even windy at times. I don't think it's going to be windy enough to produce any tree damage or down trees, but it might be enough to just barely dry the roads before sunset, particularly south of the advisory area. So again, I think any black ice concerns south of the advisory area should be pretty widely scattered, let's say. All right, so in terms of how much, again, the lightest shade of blue suggests, a trace up to an inch of snow, inch at most in the light blue, about 1 to 2 inches as you head towards the northern I-85 corridor up near the Virginia border, northern I-95 corridor. We are concerned that some of the models are hinting that this area could get a little bit more snow than what we have advertised there. But we'll come back and take another look at that um, and update it throughout the day. That's why we're doing this all day webinar. Okay, so to provide updates throughout the day as things change. All right, so what if the worst case scenario were to manifest? Then we'd be talking several inches of snow again, mainly up near the Virginia border and the central and northern I-95 corridor. Again, I really finding it challenging to see this happening down across the southern parts of central North Carolina. And again, this would even be the worst case scenario. Again, don't be surprised. South of the advisory area, here's the advisory area. If you, Out of the advisory area, you're going to see some snow in the air. Okay, so it's just not going to be enough to really amount in terms of accumulations. Okay. Um, all right. So again, here's another way of looking at the low end, the expected amount, and the high end max amount. So the one in the middle is our official forecast. The one on the left is what we call our low end or minimum amount, meaning that 9 out of 10 models show that there will be more snow than this. Okay. So that's what we call the minimum amount. The maximum amount on the far right is the reasonable worst case scenario, where 9 out of 10 models show there will be less than this. And the expected outcome is in the middle. All right. All right, so this is the probability of exceeding certain snowfall thresholds. So the one on the left is a tenth of an inch or more. So the bottom line is from about I-40 northward, has the best chances of seeing a tenth of an inch or more. But once you get up to 1 inch or more, you're talking, north of the Triad and Triangle, north of Smithfield has the best chances to see more than an inch of snow. All right, so this is just a quick map that shows that the most substantial impacts should be, again, where there's the most accumulations. Again, northern I-95 corridor up near the Virginia border. But, even south in the light gray area, the gray area along the I-40 corridor, there, again, could be some slick spots, especially bridges, and we have to watch out for that black ice concern tonight. Okay. All right, and speaking of black ice and cold temperatures, again, temperatures will fall through the 20s into the teens, coldest up near the Virginia border overnight tonight. That's why, again, we have that concern for any wet roads. When the sun sets, if the roads are wet, there could be some black ice issues. Again, we think further south where the precip amounts will be a little less in way of snowfall. There might be an opportunity for the roads to dry before ice becomes an issue. All right, so this is a summary of our key messages. Rain to snow transition expected today. There is some light rain moving across the western Piedmont as we speak. That should again continue to move eastward with rain changing to snow around midday, early afternoon. Half inch of snow near the Triad Triangle, up to 2 inches near the North Carolina Virginia line. Again, it'll change all snow by early afternoon. For this morning's commute, the rain snow mix in the Triad really shouldn't be too big of a deal right at the moment because it's right now temps are above freezing. It's rain right now. But I think most of central North Carolina will be fine for this morning's commute. The afternoon commute, by then it'll be snow in the Triad and Triangle and northern coastal plain. So at that point in time, it just mainly depends on how much the snow has fallen. It could be, again, if there's an inch of snow in the Triad and Triangle that have fallen, it could make for a few slick spots. And again, we'll have to watch out for that black ice concern, this evening and overnight. All right, pretty cold as I've elaborated already. Black ice again is possible through Tuesday morning. And then we are looking at whether or not we need to expand that advisory for that black ice potential, maybe further south and east. We'll have to, again, we're evaluating that right now. We'll let you know as we come out with updates the rest of today. So that is your morning update in terms of our briefing slides here at 7:30 this morning.